specifically combustion. Pointing to it there. Okay. So combustion is a reaction that typically happens with molecules. Okay. What is combustion? It's a chemical reaction where a hydrocarbon reacts with oxygen and it produces carbon dioxide and water. Okay. Hydrocarbons, like petroleum, are made of carbon and hydrogen. Sometimes there's some oxygen in there, but typically it's hydrogen and carbon. Now, the significant thing about combustion, these reactions release a large amount of energy, a tremendous amount. Your car engine, for instance, runs on combustion. A gas stove, combustion. Okay? Home heating oil or gas that heats your home, combustion. Okay? So combustion reaction, like wood burning in a campfire, okay, as you can see in the picture there, these are combustion reactions. Some kind of hydrocarbon reacts with oxygen, CO2 and water are produced, and a lot of energy is released. Okay? Now, the form of a combustion equation, just before we were out of school last month, we started looking at chemical equations. This is how you represent a reaction on paper. The general form, here we go. The general form of a combustion equation is as follows. The fuel molecule plus oxygen react to form carbon dioxide, CO2, and H2O. Okay? These are your reactants. These are your products. Okay? And the arrow is the reaction. So any combustion reaction is always going to be written in this form. The molecule of fuel plus O2, arrow, CO2 plus H2O. Okay? So if I say, hey everybody, write out an equation for the combustion of octane, okay, you would write the formula for octane, O2, CO2, H2O. Simple as that. And then you have to balance the equation. Okay, and again, when you balance, you have to ensure that you have the same number of atoms of each element, both over here in the reactants and over here in the products. Okay? Same number of atoms of each element. So you have to balance the equation. And you do that by changing these numbers, the coefficients that go to the left of each compound. Well, let's look at an example. So let's take methane. Okay. So to start, for the combustion of methane, we have O2, CO2, and H2O. In this spot over here, you simply write the formula for methane. Methane's formula is CH4. So if I were to give you this problem, okay, and I said, what's the equation? You would simply fill CH4 into the spot there for the fuel, okay? You also need to balance that. So go element by element. One carbon here, one carbon here, okay? Hydrogen's next. 4 here, 2 here. So we need to put a 2 here to balance the hydrogen, because a 2 times 2 is 4. And then for the oxygen, that would give us 4 on this side. So we would put a 2 here to balance that. So written this way, the equation is balanced. Okay? That's the equation for the combustion of methane gas. Okay? All right, let's look at one more. Propane. So in your gas grill at home, or if you have any kind of like propane heating at home, which some people do, this is the equation representing how it burns when it does burn. Okay? So we have the blank for the fuel plus O2 reacts to yield CO2 and H2O. Okay? So in this blank, you put the formula for propane, C3H8. Simple as that. And then you need to balance it. take 10 seconds, maybe 20, and see if you can determine how to balance it. 10 more seconds. Okay, did you figure it out? Hopefully. 5, 3, and 4. Okay, so you have 3 carbons on the left and 3 on the right. Hydrogens, 8 on the left, 4 times 2 is 8 on the right. And for the oxygens, 5 times 2 is 10 on the left, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 4 times 1 is 4, is 10 on the right. So that's your equation for the combustion of propane. Okay? So combustion, guys, simply, it's when a hydrocarbon molecule burns and releases energy. Okay? It's a chemical reaction we often find in molecules. And to show it on paper in an equation, it's simply the fuel molecule plus oxygen reacts to give you CO2 and H2O. Okay? Now, for the remainder of this lesson, you have 5 more of these to try. Okay? So do your best, and when you're finished, turn in the assignment in Google Classroom. Okay, everybody, take care, and I'll see you next time.